Hello everyone, my name is Kendra Stenberg. Welcome to my channel. This is Euro Update, a series of short-ish videos where I read and discuss the latest headlines of European affairs. Today's topic, it's not as recent as the other topic I discussed a few days ago. It's been going on for a few months, yet it's still very much a hot topic within Brussels. So I will be talking about Qatargate. I'll be reading to you a short summary. It doesn't have the full details of the scandal. I will leave the articles where I base myself off in the description box below, and then I will give to you my thoughts on Qatargate. So let's get right into it. On December 9th, the Belgian police raided the homes of Member of European Parliament Eva Kaili and her partner Francesco Giorgi, MEP Mark Tarabella, former MEP Antonio Panzeri, Luca Vicentini, General Secretary of International Trade Union Confederation, Niccolò Figa-Talamanca, Secretary General of NGO No Peace Without Justice, and of 4 parliamentarian assistants. Offices of No Peace Without Justice, International Trade Union Confederation, and European Parliament were also raided, as well as a hotel where Eva Kaili's father, Alexandros Kaili, was found attempting to flee with a suitcase containing hundreds of thousands of euros. In total, 1.5 million euros were found in cash in all raids made across Europe. The raids were carried as part of an investigation that began in July of 2022 into an alleged criminal organization. Eva Kaili, Giorgi, Panzeri, and Talamanca were arrested and interrogated. Giorgi, who is also an advisor to MEP Andrea Cozzolino, admitted to receiving bribes from the Qatari government to influence the European Parliament's decision-making on resolutions related to the country and region. On January 16th of this year, Panzeri's daughter Silvia Panzeri was extradited by Italian authorities for being involved in this scandal. The German magazine Der Spiegel was given access to thousands of documents by the Belgian authorities that showed that government officials from Qatar, Mauritania, Saudi Arabia, and Morocco allegedly have been bribing EU elected officials for years. There are also claims that Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and Russia have interfered in European Parliament votes in similar fashion. Both Greek party PASOK and European political group Socialists and Democrats suspended Eva Kaili from their parties. The President of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, suspended Eva Kaili's responsibilities as a Vice President, and later, in a supermajority, 99% of members of European Parliament voted to remove her from her position. Kaili's position as a Vice President was later filled by Marc Angel, also from the Socialists and Democrats group. All parliamentarian work with Qatar was suspended until further notice. The Qatari government denies any involvement with the bribery scandal. MEP Mark Tarabella suspended himself from the SND and later was suspended from his national party. MEP Marie Arena, whose assistant was investigated, resigned from her position as chair of the Committee of Human Rights. MEPs Andrea Cozzolino and Pietro Bartolo removed themselves as SND's group's spokespeople. The European People's Party group posted this picture on Instagram and other social media sites. suggesting that it was a socialist and Democrats only scandal. But hours later, it was revealed by the European Public Prosecutor's Office that two of their MEPs, Maria Spiraki and Lara Comi, were put under investigation. The office said the request was based on an investigative report received from the European Anti-Fraud Office regarding suspicion of fraud detrimental to the EU budget in relation to the management of the parliamentary allowance. Board members of NGO Fight Impunity resigned en masse after the investigation was leaked, although they denied that this had any involvement with the scandal. The Liberal Renew Europe group and the Greens EFA group have requested for an inquiry committee with regards to Qatargate and briberies and a stronger interinstitutional independent ethics committee. The EPP group have called for a stronger regulation to NGOs' connections with members of the European Parliament, a sentiment echoed by the European Conservatives and Reformists group. Here are my thoughts on Qatargate. This scandal was humiliating not only for the European Parliament but for the European Union as a whole. As it should be. For years, transparency activists and anti-corruption activists have been alerting of shady business going on inside the Brussels bubble, and this time it seems they were proven right. The accused individuals were shown to be representing non-EU organizations and countries instead of representing those who put them there in the first place. This is us, the European people. In the democratic world that we are privileged to have, choosing a career in politics is ultimately choosing a career of servitude, especially for those elected. They choose to serve their voters and the wider society, and when they have good intentions, which a good part of them do, they choose to argue for the common good and what they deem to be the best alternative for us, the people. In the European Union's three main branches, the European Commission, the European Council, and the European Parliament, everyone there is chosen directly or indirectly by voters in EU countries, meaning that all of those people are serving us and are putting our interests at the decision table. What Qatargate has demonstrated is that not everyone is serving in the EU people's best interests. There are more and more politicians coming to light as being corrupt, putting their personal interests and financial gains ahead of our interests and needs. With the wrongdoing of MEPs and assistants, everyone now is under a microscope or a magnifying glass, whichever term you prefer to use, or at least they should be. And that's actually a great thing. Only because someone is in a position of power and influence doesn't mean they shouldn't be feeling the heat and be held accountable. Quite the opposite. They should be feeling it more as they are in a higher position than us. And in a democracy, we the people have the freedom to do so, to put them under the microscope. We should be using this momentum of suspicion as an inspiration to further investigate and ask all kinds of questions to politicians, especially now with the European Parliament elections in 2024 coming. There will be preparations and there will be debates, and we, the citizens, should be far more involved now that we know that money is not where it should be. I think that Qatargate is proof in the pudding that politics needs more accountability and transparency, and we citizens need to fight for that if we really want to see change, which most of us do. And those are my thoughts on Qatargate. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you liked it, feel free to share your opinion in the comment section below. As I've said before, the articles that I'm basing myself off can be found in the description box below. I left some more articles and opinion articles about Qatargate that I found to be interesting, and I think you should give them a read. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future uploads. Goodbye and God bless.